Welcome again. This is another day with Dr. Roy, and I want to talk to us about some topic I spoke to you some time ago. It's very easy that things keeps repeating itself in one way or the other. Today we want to talk again about why familiarity breeds contempt. But now this is on different points because I came to understand that after the last education session that we had, though it was very short, we had some questions that came in. And we had some people who called for counseling. Like I said, please do try to get to us. Our information will always be on our screen such that you can reach us on our numbers. Wherever you are, we can still counsel you online. And you see the possibilities of making sure that you will meet up to our targets. We meet up to your needs. We meet up to getting you satisfied in everything you want. So now we are coming back to why familiarity breeds contempt in relationships. Now, this is something that has just that based on the last time I didn't mention these points, but based on the fact that there are people around that have come with similar cases, and now I saw it from a different angle, I want to bring it up to you. The point is, in most relationships today, as couple, there are three things that we don't do normally. Number one, we don't communicate well. Number two, we don't understand how our partners communicate. Number three, we do not appreciate their efforts in communicating. And number four, which is the lack of efforts that we make to make sure we are in one bond. It is something that will always bring contempt in our relationships. As couples, it is necessary that we take time to understand how to communicate to our partner. Sometimes you may be saying something wonderful. Know how to talk to your partner. Know how to talk to your man. Know how to talk to your woman. Know how to talk to your man without even bruising his ego. Because we men, we roll with our ego up. We want to say this is who we are. I'll give you a simple example. And it's a simple thing. It's something that really happened back in South Africa. Two men were best of friends. Both of them were married and they were from a very poor background. Now, I want you to reason to this now. They were both married and from a very poor background. But something happened. They didn't have money to take care of themselves and they didn't have money to take care of their wives. Things became difficult. So one day, they said they want to let them try something. So they went to Superbet and they contributed 10 rand. The 10 round became 20 rand and they played a game. The game they played won jackpot and they got 120 million rand. That was so wonderful. Out of 20 rand. So they were so happy. The day they went to collect this money, the day before the day they went to collect this money, they came home, both of them, best friends. Now, the first wife, take note of something. The first wife looked at the husband. Before the husband came back home, she had cleaned the house. The house was sparkly clean. She had cooked his meal. She had done everything. She went and kept water for the man to take his shower. And then when the man came, she welcomed the man and said, honey, please come and eat, and then you come and eat. So while the man was on the table eating, she went to the bathroom, took her shower, came back, and then was dressed in a very sexy attire. On the other hand, when the man finished eating, she made the man to take his shower and meet her in bed. She didn't ask the man anything. She didn't ask him for any need. The man finished eating. After the man finished having his supper and he finished bathing, she went to the bedroom and gave the man real. And at the end of it, the man was satisfied. He was tired. So he slept in her arms. By the time he woke up in the middle of the night, she says, Daddy, are you ready to go for the second round? The man said, yes. She said, but before we go for the second round, please don't mind me, my husband. I want to ask you a question. You have won this money, and winning this huge amount of money, what are you going to do with your share? As a man, he said, I'm going to buy Range Rover. I'm going to buy this. I'm going to buy this house. I'm going to buy this. I'm going to buy that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And for the fact that you take good care of me, I'm going to give you 5 million so that you can do this, anything you want to do. The woman said, my husband, you are so intelligent. I'm so proud of you. And I so much love you. Darling, you are the best husband in the world. He said, but Daddy, can I make a suggestion? Then the man asked, my love, anything for you. Remember, she started with a clean environment. She gave him food. She cleaned her own self and then made the man shower. Then gave the man the second food. So automatically, this man is at his peace. So she told the man, Daddy, I want to suggest, instead, you have, out of 120 million, you have 60 million out of it. Can you do me a favor? Instead of doing 60 million, buying this, buying that, why don't you take 10 million and keep it somewhere in an account you and I cannot access for a period of time? Why don't you take another 10 million? I'll suggest you take another 10 million. You put 5 million for the fees of our children and make sure that they will never be sent out of school anytime soon. So if you open a trust account, you can just put that 5 million inside for their fees. Then instead of buying a brand new Range Rover, why don't you just buy a fairly used Range Rover so that you can be able to do one or two things with the other money? Open a company. Start, you like to do this, you like to do that. Why don't you start a business like this for yourself? Then now, instead of us staying here, take another 20 million, buy like 6 different houses, put the other ones for rent. I can be controlling them for you if you want me to. And this one, we stay in our own house instead of renting. And then, at the end of the day, you can be able to say, if you want to give me something, you can buy me even a small car to use so that I can go to the market and come back. And if you want to give me a small shop, I'll be very happy. Now, take note of something. The way she presented herself, the way she presented her case, has made the man already said yes to all her demands. Now, he collected his 60 million and did exactly how his wife said. Now, the second friend went out, came back in with his friend. The friend has gone to his house. As he comes to his own house, the wife said, stops him at the door. Yes, you have won 60 million, you have won 120 million, 60 million is yours. What are you going to do with the money? The man said, but at least let me enter the house before I move in. Before and you can start asking me those questions. My friend, stand here, let me talk to you. What are you going to do with the money? The man looked at the attitude, then look at the house. He said, the house is very unkempt. The house is untidy. And then out of that, the woman has not even let him come into the place of rest. He enters the house, he said, please, can you first give me food to eat? I am hungry. The woman said, you will not have any food to eat if you don't tell me what you do with that money. Because very soon I know that you take that money and go and misuse it outside. And tomorrow we'll be stranded. After all those things, the woman finally carries a plate of food and throw it in front of him. Okay, you can eat. He thinks it's the only thing you know. Let's be honest. Ask the woman that. The woman said, what do you want to do? He said, okay, since you've asked about it, I will buy a Range Rover. I will buy a Bentley. I will do this. I will do this. I will do that. Listen, the woman's point is not negative. The woman's point is correct. But her manner of approach now is different, and which is wrong. Number one, she says, look at you. You call yourself a man. Your mates are thinking of how to invest, which is good. Your mates are thinking of how to invest. They are investing in different things and trying to make sure they can meet up with what they want to do. But you are here talking about buying a Range Rover. Then the man said, to hell with you. The money is mine. I will do as I deem fit. Let's face reality. Answer the question. In the next 5 years, who will be richer? Is it the man who listened to his wife, or is it the woman who spoke to her husband softly and took care of his needs, or the other woman who spoke to her husband, giving him good advices but on a wrong tone? This is one of the things that is happening in our relationships today. Most of us, we talk to our husbands anyhow. We talk to our wives anyhow. We look at them as shit in front of our eyes. Or, excuse my English. We look at them as nothing. We talk to them anyhow because we've become too used to them. We've become too easy. We can talk anyhow. We should learn to understand how to communicate. Because if you want a man to do according to your bid, you must go down to his level. You must be able to make him feel the king. Bring out the king out of your man. Bring it out. Every man wants to be celebrated. Bring out the king in your man and make sure he will do anything for you. I do tell women from time to time when I organize seminars, I tell them, see something. The truth is, you do not, you want to expect that the man should do things for you. You don't need to be 50-50 with the man. God had never made a woman to be equal to a man. Just put that into consideration. Quote me anywhere, I will still stand on that point. But you have 90%. You don't have 50%. Because God made the best version. A man, he took dust. You, the woman, he took a bone. He made the best version of a man to help the man. So if you don't control how you talk, you will destroy his ego. And whenever you want to bring a king out of a man, it becomes difficult to do that if you will be destroying his ego. You don't talk to him anyhow and then try to soften things later. No, make sure you understand how to talk to your man. Listen to me. It is better you are soft with your man. Talk soft with your man. Understand him. And vice versa. Men, women are weaker vessels. Sometimes their mouth can push us to temptation. Talk better with your wife. Try to look at her as your daughter. Make sure you can communicate with her. Make sure you build efforts. Make sure you try the best you can to make sure that she can see a father in you. She can see an elder in you, in the way you communicate, in the way you speak, in the way you talk things out. That is one. We should always try to make sure that we never look down on our partners. Whether they are from a poor background or rich background. Whether they are tall, slim, short, fat. Never look down on your partner. If you are not happy with something about your partner, look for a better way to express yourself to your partner. Look for a better way to make him or her see that it is not just about how things are, that you love them and you want things to happen very well. Familiarity is a bad thing when it comes to relationship. You even lose favor from your partners when you become too familiar with them. You lose a lot of benefit from your partners when you become too familiar with them. After all, is it not the same woman? But there is a way you can look at your partner in a different level, and you keep looking at her. If you see, this is how I try to do these days, and I try to say, I tell people, look at him or her like you are just meeting her the very first day. Imagine he's just toasting you today. Imagine you just saw her today and you want to toast her today, and then you will get to understand that she can be beautiful. There is another thing that I must quickly talk about. It's seeing and recognizing the efforts we make in communicating with our spouses, either in cash, either in kind, or either in language. For example, you are a woman and you are working and earning higher than your husband. Never look down at him. Your mates are getting better job, and this your nonsense job that you are getting, you cannot even take care of me with it. Now you are doing this. No, it's not done that way. Try to see that you communicate in a softer way. If you want him to apply for more jobs or get better job, or you even see that it is the time for him or her to start a business, why don't you present it in a nice way? And there are some part of this communication that we will talk about, especially when it comes to being a housewife and the other party is a full-time worker. We need to learn how to understand. And then this is something that also happens in relationship. Most of us do not understand how to keep ourselves for our partners. It's wrong. Communicate with your body. Communicate with your partner. Sometimes some people look at the fact that children have been introduced in the relationship now to do anyhow. We want a situation where you look at yourself and you say, hey, before you came into our lives, we were first buddies. We were first lovers. Please, ladies and gentlemen, don't let the lack of respect, the lack of acknowledging the efforts of your partner to destroy your home. And above all, don't let the lack of proper communication destroy your home. I want to add two bonus topics on this. Transparency and honesty. You will communicate very well if you are transparent to your partner. You will communicate very well. I do tell people, see, 99.9% of men are wired to have multiple relationships. That is the truth. 99.9% of men are wired to have multiple relationships. Why do you want to engage in a relationship with a woman telling her she is your all and all when you know you will be cheating on her? Why don't just bust it out and tell her, Mama, as you see me, I am a polygamous man, and this is what I want to do. Would you be with me or would you be against me? Breathe it out so that she gets into the relationship. She continues the relationship with a choice. This man is a good person. Most women, it is true, women do not like to be told the truth. But at this point, you need to make sure that you are upfront and you are direct. Make sure that even when she goes out and thinks and comes back to want to ask you, you are on your point. So that tomorrow, if you are introducing somebody else into the relationship, she was well prepared. Or if she is meeting another person who has already been there in the relationship, she was prepared. It goes to for the female. If you know you are not comfortable in doing this with your partner, why do you force it? Why should you push yourself into it? Make sure you are upfront. Make sure you tell your partner with all love, with all simplicity, with all respect and submission, this I cannot take. This I can take. If you both agree and wants to continue, it's fine. If you just do not agree, then you walk your way. Don't come into the relationship after everything has been sorted. Then you want to now start going from Helen to Jennifer to Peter to Esther to Ruth to Naomi to this. No, it's not done that way. And you don't come because you say it's for better for worse and want to also start seeing that you, because your husband does not have money or he's not financially endowed or whatsoever, you have to talk to him anymore. So this is another thing that also happened. Sorry. But we call our husbands 2 minutes men on several counts. And I tell men, sometimes psychology is what destroys the relationship. Because if you feel your man is a 2 minutes man, give him another woman, you discover that he could stay long on that woman for even an hour or plus. Why? Because he is at peace with that other party. That is why you discover that most men end up having side chicks. So, this is not a topic I want to talk on now. But all I am saying is, don't get too used to your partner. Don't try to make yourself be in the position where you take your partner for granted. Communicate properly in your actions, communicate properly in your deeds, in your language, communicate properly with your finances, communicate properly with everything, and make your home a better place. Once again, thank you very much. Our informations are on the screen, and you can click to our bio to make sure that you get to us. Come to us, we will counsel you for whatever you think you need, and God bless you very much. Have a blessed day.